Hello, wanted to do an introduction to a video answering a phenomena of fields tonight, and I suggest everybody do this experiment at home themselves. Take two batteries, both of which are of identical make. They don't have to be identical manufacturer. I can assure you both of these are the same, but I don't trust you to take my word for it. Do it yourself. Take one that's brand new that you know is fully charged. It could be a 123 battery, a AA, or a AAA. It's much harder to do with a larger battery, obviously so, because they're a lot more massive and it's a lot harder to tell. So you do something, and these are AAA batteries, and even though these are different, they're both the exact same type of battery. You'll notice that they'll actually bounce different. Some surfaces are easier to tell than others. Glass, and this is just a cloth-covered wood tabletop. One thing that all the scientists agree upon, and if you know me, you'll know that I don't really agree with scientists because they're atomists and they don't actually have logical minds, is it will tell you that a fully charged battery has the electrons weighted to one side of the battery, and a fully discharged battery, the battery is in equilibrium. And that will tell you that nothing is entering, depending on the type of battery. Some batteries release hydrogen, obviously so, but nothing is entering or leaving the battery between a fully charged battery or a discharged battery. Let us say that the flow of the electrons, the movement from one side to the other, and this flow, of course, powers devices and whatnot. When you have a dead battery, you have an equilibrium. That's one thing that we can agree upon. They will tell you that this is electrons, but of course, as Dollard and Nikola Tesla, Charles Brady Steinmetz, Oliver Heaviside, James Clerk Maxwell all told you, the geniuses of field theory, that there's no such thing as a charge-carrying particle. But this is not about actually explaining or hashing out electrons. I'm in full, absolute agreement with any scientist that will tell you that there's nothing moving inside or outside of a battery unless it's a hydrogen discharging battery. So take a dead battery, this is a fully charged battery, and just drop it about an inch or two above a tabletop. Glass works better. Okay, if you actually use glass is a capacitor, it actually amplifies the effect. You notice how the battery bounces? Okay, now this is a completely dead battery. Now, once again, please don't take my word for this. Do this yourself with a AAA or a AA battery, or like a 123 battery. Don't use like a car battery, obviously, since it contains acid and it's really heavy and it's a lot harder to see the effect. You could still see it, but it would be dangerous and it would be incredibly stupid. So, okay, once again, dead battery. Now let's take a look at the fully charged brand new battery. Oops, let's do it better. Okay. This battery, by the way, does not weigh more than this battery. Both of these are identical batteries, so even though this one's not a Duracell, I'm telling you once again, don't take my word for it, okay? Fully charged battery, no bounce. Now, if you were to raise it really high up, it would bounce some, but that's just recoil from the speed or momentum that it actually... Okay. Now let's take a look at the completely dead battery. Once again, this is the exact same weight battery. It's the exact same type of battery, even though it's a different manufacturer. I'm sorry, I just couldn't find a dead Duracell. Couldn't find it anywhere in the house, and I didn't want to take the time to drain one out. This is why I'm telling you to do the test yourself. So, yeah. So a dead battery, AA, AAA will bounce. Fully charged or nearly charged battery will do that. Don't take my word for it. Do it yourself. So I want to actually explain this phenomena, and here's another fact. And I'm in complete agreement with all the so-called scientists out there because empirically measured data is undeniable. Now, what is undeniable is the explanation for same. Here's the fact. All scientists and all experts agree that a cell phone battery will actually increase in weight. Now, weight actually has 7 different factors. It's distance, it's vector. There's 7 factors that actually influence the weight of something, because the weight can change instantaneously. Also, too, depends on what medium it's in. You know, a little girl could never move a big fat guy like me, right? Say a little 7-year-old girl, they could never move a fat guy like me, right? Well, you stick me in water and like a little child could move me, right? So weight depends on the medium, the vector, the distance. There's 7 factors in total. So anyway, all scientists agree. For example, one example, a cell phone battery, when fully charged, it is an extremely small amount, but it does undeniably way more than that exact same cell phone battery that's dead. Now, here's where me and all these so-called scientists agree, okay? Nothing in the case of a cell phone battery. Like I said, some batteries off-gas hydrogen. In the case of a cell phone battery, nothing is entering or leaving. It's either charged or it's discharged, all right? So it's not like a dead battery has drained out something, like you're squeezing out toothpaste. Me and all the scientists agree on that. Now, the secret to understanding this, like to explain in a video tonight, is very, very simplex, and is completely contrary to the opinion and beliefs of scientists as far as what the explanation for this is, and it has nothing to do with Einstein and E equals mc squared. They confuse mass with weight, which a lot of them say mass and weight are equal, but that's equal, which is not true at all. Weight has 7 different variables: the medium, the vector, the distance, on and so on and so forth, the phase. There's 7 variables to weight. Okay, weight is not a fixed thing, of course. So why does a charge battery, in case of a cell phone, and it applies to any battery unless it's a special battery that off-gasses hydrogen, why does a charge battery, undeniable fact, all in agreement here, weigh more than a discharge battery? Why? And it's also the exact same explanation of why. Because both of these weigh the same, okay? Don't take my word for it. Both of these weigh the same. I just could not find a dead Duracell battery. Why does this happen with a dead battery? Yeah, where it bounces, kind of like you're bouncing a rubber ball almost. Not exactly, but... And a charge battery do the same. Now, both of these, like I said, are the exact same type of battery. Exact same weight, just different manufacturers. There's no distinction here. Do this experiment yourself. Why? The explanation for why a charged cell phone battery weighs more is the exact same explanation, which I'll explain in a video tonight, to why a charged battery or a new battery will do that, and a dead battery will do that. Okay, so check out the video tonight. Thanks so much for watching. Think about that too, huh? Think about it. Once again, me and the scientists are in total agreement. A cell phone battery that's charged weighs more. It undeniably does. Look this up in a Google or Bing search. Don't take my word for it. So why does a discharge battery? Because nothing is leaving. You know, it's not you're squeezing a toothpaste roll, you know, where you're squeezing out something. Well, it had toothpaste in it, now it's empty. No. That's not the case at all. In the case of the idiot scientists, they'll actually say, well, electrons are moving from here in a dead battery when you charge it, moving back over here, so it looks like this. So even they're in agreement, even though electrons don't exist, because, and that's not my opinion, that's the view of Tesla, Steinmetz, Faraday, Heaviside. Even they will admit that nothing is entering or leaving the battery. You're only changing the state of which the battery is in. So on that, they're in agreement. But they really don't know. They'll try to use E equals mc squared as an explanation for why a charged battery weighs more. Not that it has more of something. It has more charge, but charge is not something that is relational to mass. Or is it? Or is it? Anyway, thanks for watching. Think about that one. Or does thinking make your head hurt? I actually love problem solving. Some people don't like to think. If you're only presented with the answer and you don't actually have to think yourself, then you'll never exercise your mind. Yeah, that's kind of important. It's slightly important. It's actually ultimately important. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.